Hey, in today's English lesson, I'm going to teach you 10 English study techniques that will help you finally speak English more fluently. Are you ready? Well then, I'm Teacher Tiffany. Let's jump right in. Here we go. Technique number 1, news analysis. That's right, news analysis. Now, for this technique, you're going to read and analyze news articles covering various topics like politics, current affairs, and economics. Why? Because this will enhance your comprehension, your vocabulary, and your critical thinking skills. And to be very honest, as your English teacher, this is the most important part of this technique, enhancing your critical thinking skills. You see, again, I know your goal is to speak English fluently, right? That's why I'm giving you these techniques. But in order to speak English fluently, my friend, you must first think, you got it, in English. You have to train your brain to think like a native English speaker. You need critical thinking skills. You need to be able to answer the 5 W's: who, what, when, where, and why. Give reasons to support your answers and details and many other things connected to properly thinking in English. So, with this technique of news analysis, you're going to find various articles. And because of the time that we're living in right now, you have access to the internet. That's how you're watching me. Maybe you're on your cell phone right now, looking at the YouTube video, or maybe using your computer or tablet. But you're using the internet right now to watch this lesson, or you're listening to it via a podcast app on your phone. Well, the same internet provides you with various news articles in English. Find articles about various topics. Then you're going to take your pen and a piece of paper or a notebook and start analyzing. What is this article about? Who is talking? Where is the issue? What's the country? Answer the 5 W's. Analyze that article. Now, in the beginning, it might feel like you're just studying for a test. But no, my friend, you're training your brain to do what? Yes, think in English, because your goal is to speak English fluently. So again, number 1 is news analysis. You have access to so many news articles online, blogs, and different websites. Pick an article and analyze it. All right. Technique number 1, news analysis. Now, technique number 2 is just as important. In order for you to speak English fluently, this technique must be used. Debates and discussions. Once again, debates and discussions. Now, I'm going to break this down. Don't worry, this is not story time. Hey, that's coming at the end. Don't miss story time. But I remember being in high school as a native English speaker. Remember, my goal is to help you start sounding like me, a native English speaker, and I believe you can do it. I remember when I was in high school, well over 25 years ago, right? And I remember my English teacher teaching us how to debate. Why was that so important? Because she was helping us, native English speakers, Americans, learn how to organize our thoughts, to prove a point, to present an idea, to support our debated topic, right? We were learning how to organize our thoughts. So when you participate in debates and discussions, you'll also learn how to organize your thoughts. So listen closely. Engage in written or oral debates, spoken, vocal, right? And discussions on topics of interest. Very key. It must be on topics of interest, things that you're actually interested in. If you don't care about politics, don't debate about politics, right? You want to debate something you actually care about. Music, art, science, sports, whatever it is, right? This will help you practice expressing your opinions and sharing your ideas. Man, I love this. Listen, because your goal is to speak English fluently. That literally only means you have the ability to express your thoughts, your ideas, and your opinions. That's what it means to speak English fluently, to be able to eloquently present your thoughts. When you participate in debates and discussions on topics you're interested in, you already have a database in your mind. Information that you have gleaned over time, built up this database in your mind, right? And when you go to a debate, you'll have something to say. The more you practice doing this, whether verbally or typing, online, having a discussion about a certain topic, the easier it will be for you to speak in other situations about that topic. We're talking about helping you speak English fluently. This is a very different way for you to study English. I'm sure you're used to studying books and just going to a course and just sitting there, right? No, I want you, yes, continue doing that, but also to really start taking control of your English journey. All right, so number 2, debates and discussions. Now, I will say this. Don't be rude. Don't be mean. Debates and discussions. These can be very healthy debates, right? I have debates with my nieces sometimes. Hey, what's the best fruit? I love apples. True story. My nieces, they like strawberries. I'm like, okay, strawberries are good, but I like apples because ... That's a healthy debate. We're just having a debate or a discussion, right? Make sure it's a healthy debate or a discussion. Don't be upset. Enjoy the conversation. You got me? All right, here we go. Technique number 3. Technique number 3. Reverse translation. Reverse translation. Listen very closely. Pick a short text in your native language. That's right. I'm telling you, whether you speak Vietnamese, Spanish, French, Creole, whatever your language is, pick a short text, maybe a paragraph in your native language. Then translate it into English. This will help you start thinking more in English. Pay attention. Normally, your issue, your struggle, right? Nod your head if you agree. You see something in English. Someone gives you a paper and there's English on it and you're like, okay. Immediately your brain goes to translate that text into your native language. Has that happened before? You can shake your head. Yes, right? I've been there too. I was there in the past when I was learning Korean, right? Immediately translating it to my native language, English. What I'm telling you to do is the reverse. Take some text, piece of paper that has a paragraph on it, or even online. That's in your native language, right? And now force yourself to translate that to English. Why is this so important? Remember, in order for you to speak English fluently, you must first, yes, think in English. We're getting you to this point where you'll be able to speak English fluently and with confidence. In order to do that, you have to think in English. So, reverse translation. Again, as your English teacher, I'm telling you, yes, this is okay. Find text in your native language and translate it to English. It's okay to use a dictionary, right? To look up words that maybe you don't know. But this technique is going to help you more than you realize. Now, your brain is going to say, okay, when we see text in French or Creole or Spanish, we need to translate it to English. The reverse is happening. You got me, right? Excellent. All right. So again, third technique, reverse translation. Let's move on to technique number 4. Vocabulary expansion. Again, vocabulary expansion. And the first thing that popped into my mind before I give you the explanation of this was my niece. My niece is 7 years old right now, right? And she's learning many things in school, right? She's expanding her vocabulary. Now, as her aunt, right? I'm 41 years old at the time of this recording. I am a lot older than her. I've been studying a long time. I've had many more experiences. I've been exposed to many other things, right? Many more things than she has, right, in her 7 years of life. So I have a more expansive vocabulary. What does that mean? It means that I am able to express my ideas, express my opinions, express my thoughts more eloquently than my niece. It's not about her being smart. She's extremely smart. It's just that she needs time to expand her vocabulary, right? The same is true for you. First and foremost, you are smart. You are intelligent. You simply need to apply this technique and expand your vocabulary. In your own language, I'm sure, man, you can really speak, right? Now we want to get you to the point to where you can express yourself the same way in English. So here we go. Regularly learn and review advanced vocabulary related, this is key, pay attention, related to specific fields or areas of interest, using flashcards or vocabulary building apps like Memrise or Quizlet, or there are other apps. And actually I do have an app, but I'll tell you about that in a second. A totally free app, and also I have a free newsletter. So here's the thing though. The more you expose yourself to vocabulary, of course, the wider and more vast your database of vocabulary words will get. But notice I said related to a specific topic. This is the key, and over my many years of being an English teacher, I've realized that when students, English learners like you, learn vocabulary that is connected to something, they tend to retain it a lot longer. I want you to retain the vocabulary and be able to use it during conversations. So again, learn vocabulary related to a specific topic of interest. Now, I said earlier again, because of this desire, I literally started a totally free, you heard me right, a free daily English vocabulary email newsletter. All you have to do is go to www.dailyenglishvocabulary.com. The link is in the description, or you can go there directly. What is this? Again, I have taught thousands upon thousands, millions of students on YouTube, but thousands upon thousands of students in person. And the one thing I know that each student, no matter what your level, beginner, intermediate, or advanced, each student needs is vocabulary. And I could not find a vocabulary email that was sent every single day with 5 new vocabulary words about a specific topic. So I said, Tiff, you have to make it. And I'm just doing this because I want to help you. So again, it's free. You don't have to pay anything. It's just to help you every day expand your vocabulary. So hit the link if you'd like. You don't have to because it's free, but I want to help you expand your vocabulary. This is going to, in the end, help you speak English more fluently. All right, so let's move on to technique number 5. Simulated conversations. Again, simulated conversations. What does this mean? Act out various roles in a dialogue or conversation using language learning apps, scripts, or improvisation techniques to improve speaking fluency and confidence. This will help you feel more comfortable in real life situations. Now, if you've ever wanted to be an actor or an actress, this is your technique. Listen, many times when you're studying English, you feel this stress, you feel this pressure, you feel this nervousness, right? With this technique, the goal is to help you release all of those things. The goal is to help you feel more confident. The goal is to help you enjoy the process. So, you're going to act out situations. Let's say, for example, you're going to get some food, right? I want you to imagine a situation where you're going to get some food from McDonald's maybe, right? In America, right? You can find a script, right? The typical things they ask you, right? How you respond, how you place your order, then act it out and reverse it. You be the person taking the order. Hi, welcome to McDonald's. How can I help you? May I take your order? Play these things out. Role plays help you. Why? Because then your brain knows, oh, when it comes to English, we don't always have to be stressed. This is an enjoyable experience. So different things will be released to help you calm down. Make sense? So again, simulated conversations, or in other words, role play. Here we go. Let's move on to technique number